What's up, guys? Welcome to this episode of Pitching to Content. We're in episode 16. I'm here with Connor, Powell.
What's up?
Liam Steward.
How's it going?
Preston Corbitt. Got all three of my seniors here today. All have one thing in common with our program. They all committed to play baseball at the next level. And that's kind of the nature of what we're going to talk about today, about what got them to that point, what are the things they did, and how they made it happen. So, guys, how y'all feeling today? Connor, go and lead us out. How you feeling? Today?
Cold.
I know. We
cold.
just got off the field. It was freezing out there today, wasn't it?
So
but
cold.
was anybody else working out today? It was probably just us in the entire county.
Yeah.
Probably just us. Stewie, how you feeling?
Pretty warm.
Pretty warm? Yeah, good. Because you got that dad bod fluff going, right?
You're right. Hey, you got to store for winter.
That's right. Preston, how you feeling, bud?
Good. I like the practice today.
Yeah. We just posted the podcast that we did last time. Y'all got to really open it when we first sat down.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be pretty good when you guys get to sit down and listen to it. Y'all did a great job last time. Hence why y'all are back here at the podcast doing it again. So practice today was good, wasn't it?
Yep.
It was cold, but we got some good work. We actually were using the hack attack and putting balls off the wall, getting full-length reps. Can't get that very often unless you have the hack attack. So it was actually a very good workout today. But guys, just really wanted to get in today about the things that you guys did to get to college. You guys obviously aren't there yet. And we had our signing day, 2 weeks ago now?
2 weeks,
something like that.
It was like 3.
3 weeks ago?
Like a month.
Yeah.
A month? It wasn't a month
It was
ago.
in November.
Yeah, it was like November
8th.
Okay,
Yeah,
so we're coming up on a month. But there's one thing I really wanted to say in that, but I did too much talking as it was. All right, so I didn't get to say what I want to say to everybody. But playing college athletics at this time in our world right now is really tough because the transfer portal, how hard it is to get into a school. The colleges are recruiting out of that portal, almost not exclusively, but they still have the JUCO world to get through the portal, and then there's the high school guy. And you guys are last on the totem pole, and y'all made it. Y'all did it, and it's not easy. Now, with that comes some responsibility. We celebrated on the 8th. We were like, hey, good job, taking it in, posted on social media. Great job getting there. But guess what? All the glory ended on November 8th, didn't it?
Yeah.
Time to get to work, because when you guys walk through that gate where you guys go, you're going to be going up against guys that are transfers from other schools. You're going against guys that are, JUCO transfers, whatever it might be, portal transfers, and you're just a freshman who just walked through the gate. You're also going up against guys that have been established in the program that are juniors and seniors that have been there for 3 years. That's not easy. So you guys got your work cut out for you. So the hard work really starts now as far as what you need to do. Your mic's backwards, bud. Sorry. Connor's mic's backwards. We want to be able to hear him. So things you see when you're a coach, right? So that's really what the message I wanted to put out to you guys is that it's not easy. You celebrate it now, but guess what? It's going to get a lot harder really, really fast when you get there. So let's get prepared now. So that's the message I want to give out to you guys. But today's not about that. Today's about what you did to get there. So, Stewie, I'm going to start with you just because you're over there. And, really, I want you to take it all the way back. When did you first realize that you want to play college baseball?
Probably 8th grade year.
8th grade year?
Yeah.
Okay. What are the things that you that you knew you wanted to play college baseball? What were the things that you did to make it happen?
I first went to a college camp just to get
Which one?
Wofford.
Okay.
It's down in South Carolina.
Yep.
And so I went down there to get the feel of what college camp is like, what college is like, and what they're looking for. And so after doing that, I went on to NCSA, and it was about $2,000 for the entire thing, but I got a recruiting coordinator. He helped me with talking to colleges, but then also I was told what to do, and so I was told, yes, I have a dad bod, but I was told to put on a lot of weight.
Yeah, it's good weight.
So,
it really is.
I was 135, 5'6".
Yeah.
Preston, probably freshman year.
Yeah. Nice.
But so I did that. I got with my lifting instructor. He put me on a weight training program, and by spring of freshman year, I was 6 foot, 165, and then just continued to work at it. Kept going back to that same camp, and he kept saying the difference. But, he just kept telling me, get bigger, get faster, get stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And so each time I'd gain about 5 miles per hour on my velo, and also gain about 2 inches on my height and 25 pounds.
Yeah, you got some genetics working for you. Now, we give you a hard time about the dad bod, but it's not really the dad bod that really gets us going. It's the way you dress, mostly. You know,
The backwards
I mean,
hat with the sunglasses is a bad move.
You had the backwards hat, the Oakleys, the short dad shorts, the high
That's
socks.
Connor.
No, that was you yesterday.
The high socks, you know me?
I know. You just look like a dad out there. Look like a travel ball dad. So that it's not necessarily the dad bod because really we know what you're trying to do. Okay, you're putting on good weight. That when you're my age, keep the weight off. When you're young, put the weight on. That's a good thing. So it's going to help add some velo to your fastball. Well, that's a good start. You kind of got your feet on campus. You got to see what you wanted to do, and then you made it happen from there.
Wait, where are you going, Stewie?
Shenandoah? Where you going, Connor?
That's probably the best thing to ask is Shenandoah,
Yeah.
D3 out. What's a city or the county?
Winchester.
Winchester. Okay,
Northern
so
Virginia.
way out there. Yep. Connor, what's your commitment?
I'm committed to Richard Bland College of William and Mary.
Okay, good.
Oh, yeah.
Good. What's their mascot?
Statesman.
Statesman.
It's literally a duck, dude. It's
duck.
pretty much a duck.
Okay.
But-
That could be a tough uniform. Ducks are actually pretty tough animals. They're.
Or it might be an eagle.
Do you know your mascot?
It's.
We got to Google it. Okay,
It's an eagle
you
thing.
You should know this by now. All right, Preston.
Averett University.
Averett. What's their mascot?
A cougar.
A cougar. Okay. All right. Good.
I got a joke for after the podcast.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. All right, so Preston, kind of same question. What age did you really realize that hey, I want to play college baseball?
When I first touched a bat. 'Cause
First touched a bat.
I used to play football.
Okay.
And that was not the sport for me. Found that
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
But then I just changed to baseball, and then I loved it from there.
Okay. Good. When did you start making your first like Stewie said, went to a campus? What did you do when you decide, hey, this is what I need to do to play college baseball? What did you do?
Joined travel ball with RBA South.
Okay. Was it just the travel ball or was it showcase ball? What was?
Showcase usually.
Okay. Good. Connor, when did you realize you wanted to be a college athlete?
Well, I realized I wanted to be a high school athlete when I was in kindergarten because I used to go watch my uncle play at Manchester. Then when he went to Christopher Newport to play, I just went down there and I just saw him on the field and it was inspirational.
Yeah.
Almost.
Who's your uncle?
Jackson Lane,
I don't know him.
left-handed southpaw.
Okay.
So, I just saw him and I just wanted to be a part of that and his whole college experience. I want to be like that.
Yeah.
He has a brotherhood with all those guys. So.
Yeah. Well, I had a very similar experience to Stewie. I went to Auburn as a team camp with my high school team when we were juniors, and we went all the way to Auburn. We stayed the night. It was like a weekend team camp. It was amazing. I got to get my first taste of what college baseball was. Now, you said you were what year did you say you were when you realized 8th grader?
Yeah.
I was a junior in college or in high school before I realized I want to play college baseball, because it wasn't if you weren't getting looks, you weren't getting looks. It was different back then. But when I saw that, I was like, I want it, and I was already pretty good. But I was like, I really want it now. I'm going to go chase it down a little bit. And it ended up working out for me because that gave me the taste of what I wanted, was getting on campus. So, Connor, you have an opportunity going to a JUCO to kind of move forward somewhere else. Everybody does, really. But you specifically, because you only have 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean, you have your work cut out for us more than anybody else, because you got to make sure you continue to elevate your game until you're ready to make your next move.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big grind.
Yeah,
big grind.
Yeah, I mean, how many guys did they keep on the roster over there, Blaine?
I think they have 50.
50. Okay.
But a lot of them are POs.
Okay. Yeah, so it's still competitive. I mean,
Yeah.
it really is. How many guys are in the program over there?
48.
48.
Split out between 2 teams.
48.
48. Okay, so my point before was just that, it's going to be competitive, very competitive. To be one of the first 9 guys, it's not easy to get in that crack that mold. But the hard part is not being that first 9 guy. Can you, your freshman year, endure being a bench guy? I mean, most guys who go to play college baseball end up being a bench guy for a little while. That's just part of the game. Can you guys handle that? And can you get better while you're being a bench guy? Can you be a good teammate? Can you do all the things right without losing that courage and losing that motivation to continue to move through? That's the challenge the guys face. That's the guy you see quit. That's the guy you see transfer, is the guy that can't handle not being the number one guy, that gets nod every day. And it's not easy being that guy, but you got to do it. It's part of the game at that next level. You guys aren't used to that because you've always been a frontline guy, whether it was travel ball, whether it was showcase ball, whether it was JV baseball, varsity baseball. You guys always get the nod. And when you guys get there, it's going to be a grind because you got 50 guys you're competing against. That's not easy. It's not easy. Only a few guys can push through that. So I'll be here to support you guys. You know that. And you guys need to be able to support each other. Hey, don't be the guy that quits, right? Don't be the guy that quits. So, that's kind of where you guys are heading. That's kind of what got us there. Now, it wasn't just a matter of wanting to do it. What did you do to make sure that you were ready to go play college baseball? What are the things that you did, Connor, that said, hey, I'm ready. I'm going to play college baseball. This is what I need to do. What did you do?
Well, I made varsity my sophomore year. And that, being around Clark, Cam, all of them, I was like, all right, I need it. I need it. So I just went up to RBA every night with my dad and hit and hit and hit. And it showed in game. I batted, 343 my sophomore year.
I think it was a better year, huh?
Yeah, it was a good year. But that just, made me want it so bad. Seeing, being around people that, got it.
Yep, and they were on their way to play college baseball.
Yeah.
So you got to see the things that they did, and the things that they did. What were they? That I need to copy that. I need to emulate that. What'd they do?
Well, I was kind of in the friend group with them, nonstop, asked to go hit, asked to go throw. We're always doing something.
Yep.
Always doing something baseball related.
Yep, and it's not just going out there and just throwing. It's working.
Yeah.
It's working, and you guys don't always realize sometimes that's work. That's what real hard work is. Preston, what did you do?
Motivation.
Now, what did you do though? What did you physically do that got you ready to play college baseball?
Weight room every day.
Weight room.
Hitting every day.
Yep.
Trying to work nonstop. Be the first guy there, last guy to leave.
Yep. Now, when you say every day, give me a realistic. Was it 7 days a week?
Yes.
Every day.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. See, that's why we're doing this, because I want these guys to hear and these parents to hear that's what it takes. So if you're not doing that, young guy, and parents, if your son's not doing that, you're not going to get to sit in the seat where you're going to play college baseball one day. That's what it takes. It's an everyday thing. I'm not saying it has to be every single day like this crazy dude over here, but it has to be a majority of your time. Like you said, that's what y'all did. Instead of go out and getting high with your friends, going out playing video games and doing dumb stuff with the rest of everybody else does, you're out there doing something productive. Going out there with good friends and doing some real work, and it actually builds a baseball player when you can commit to that. Stewie, what are the things that you did?
First I sat down with my parents and talked it over with my dad, but he got with me every day.
Mm-hmm.
We went up to Rise, through, worked on some mobility stuff, and then just hit the gym hard.
Yep. I think that gym piece is a piece that a lot of these young guys, based on what we did this year, I think we possibly may have killed that weight room culture a little bit by what we did this year, but we needed to. But I think that's a piece that they need to hear, is that the weight room was significant to your development, because I'll speak for you, Stewie. You've developed more than anybody in the weight room when it comes to growing. You've worked your tail off to be as strong as your frame can possibly be. Connor, you got a good frame too, and you've worked your tail off. This is what a college athlete looks like right here, guys. It doesn't just happen. You actually have to work towards it. And if you ever want to see if you can play college baseball, know what you do? You go to a college game and you see if you fit in. If you're 150 pounds soaking wet and you don't know how to push a weight, you might not belong. Just plain and simple. All these guys that have these D1 dreams, watch a D1 game. D1 guys are freaking huge. They're freaks. And you guys have made the most of what God gave you and made yourself really strong. And that's a commendation to you guys. So, that being said, that's what it takes to get there. Talk a little bit about, Preston, you mentioned going to hit. When you're hitting, what's your focus like when you're hitting?
Opposite field.
Oh my!
Somebody's going through a voice change over here.
Sorry. It was at the basketball game
Yeah.
yesterday, and I lost my voice.
Hey, and that's another thing that it takes.
Working opposite field, I'm not a power hitter, so I'm gonna have to take that opposite field.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna hit a home run. Not really.
Yeah, know who you are.
Yeah, so I'm thinking about opposite field. They're trying to attack me outside. I'm gonna try to take it other way the whole time.
Yeah, and having an approach when you're doing it. Because a lot of guys, what they do is they just sit up on a tee and just hit, or they underhand flips and they just hit, overhand and they just hit. You got to have an approach, and you have it sounds like you were not just going out there just willy-nilly hitting. You're out there with an idea. Connor, what kind of things did you do in the cage especially?
Well, I just went up there with my dad, and he would always get on my butt about not trying to elevate or lift the ball, because it just comes with the game.
Mm-hmm.
So my main focus was just back of the cage, line drives, see the ball out the hand, see it off the bat. If you come to any of the games, you're going to hear my dad say, see it out the hand, see it off the bat. 100%.
I've heard it a few times. I have.
Yeah.
A couple other things, too, when you're –
Sit back.
Stay back.
He's got a lot of them. He's ready to roll with them.
He's loud.
He is. Stewie, what are the things that you did to get yourself ready to pitch at the next level?
Working on my lower half, flexibility, mobility, and then spinning the ball.
Yep.
Like spin spots, having my dad set up a certain spot, don't move the glove.
Mm-hmm.
Just throw it there.
Yep. Good. Well, like the point I'm trying to make here is that there's always a focus. There was always an idea what you want to do. You got to go in there, and you don't always need to have a hitting coach there with you. At a certain point, you have your hitting coach. You had a pitching coach. You had hitting coaches. At a certain point, you have to kind of take it on your own and run with it, and know what a hitting coach would say and be able to coach yourself up a little bit. I mean, that's really what it takes to develop. Because, I mean, you have your pitching coach. He's telling you what to do, If you don't go out in there and practice it and work on it yourself, you're not going to get it. And I'm sure you guys have experienced that. Have you all experienced any obviously, you guys get coaching from me. And you have your travel coaches and your hitting coaches, your pitching coaches. Have you guys experienced any differences in coaching philosophies and coaching mechanics that you are like, oh, this is tough? It's one of the most challenging things in sports is really to see it from many different angles. How did you guys manage dealing with me, dealing with your coach, dealing with the other coaches? Like, how do y'all manage that, Preston? I'm going to start with you. It's a tough question.
Well, you're like a hothead. And,
jeez, come on.
Ron really is like calm.
Yeah.
So like,
so chill.
Like he's chill. Like
and Ron knows his stuff.
Yeah, he does.
He's legit.
So y'all are kind of alike, but like coaching styles, but like not like him getting mad or anything. So like, just knowing the team.
Yeah. Yeah, well, the only reason I'm okay with you calling me a hothead because there's a reason why.
I am too.
I have a 20-game sample to get something out of you guys. 20 games, and that's not a lot. I mean, how quickly do you guys play 20 games in the summer?
Look quick.
4 weeks.
It doesn't take long. So for me, that's my entire season. That's all I get with you guys. So everything's urgent for me. So I'm not always mad. It might seem like I'm mad, but I'm just really urgent. There's an urgency of delivering the information. And I'm intense. I that's like you, Preston. I was an intense baseball player. I'm an intense coach. It's kind of our personalities. So Connor, kind of same thing. Like what kind of coaching philosophies have you gathered, and how did you manage your way through the different coaching philosophies?
Well, I used to have a hitting coach when I was little, and he always told me I was like a hard head, and I don't listen. And basically, I had to open my mind up to like actually like take like criticism a little better. Because my dad would criticize me, you criticize me a little.
Of course, always.
But like that's a part of coaching. You just got to take it. And again, you are a hothead, but like I take it with a grain of salt, Yeah. So I can't get mad back or anything. I just take the advice and roll with it.
Well, at the end of the day, we're trying to deliver. It's criticism. The root word of that is critique. I'm critiquing what you're doing, and I'm not doing my job if I'm not telling you guys what you're doing wrong. I'm not just going to sit there, pat you on the butt, and say, "Good job, Connor. You'll get them next time. You'll be okay." I'm going to tell you what you did wrong, so you can do it. But the delivery, if I say, "Hey, Connor, you're kind of dropping the backside a little bit, man. You might want to fix that. Are you going to fix it?
No.
Hell no, Connor. Stop lifting the ball in the air." You got to hear it so that you can say it's important. Then there's a method to it. You'll learn that one day. You guys do a wonderful job of handling, by the way. All of you guys, wonderful job of handling the emotion, if you will. That's probably how y'all perceive it. It's intensity for me. It's not really emotional, but you guys do a great job of handling that. And even Stewie got the brunt of it. For the pitchers get it bad here at Clover Hill because either you do it right or you do it wrong. It's simple as that. You walk lead off a guy, that's wrong. Get behind batters, that's wrong. Leave the ball elevated in the zone, that's wrong. There's a lot of wrong things in our pitching philosophy, and it's not easy to navigate that because when you're young, you haven't established you can do it. Stewie, you had some growing pains getting there. But as you hit your stride last year specifically, hey, you didn't hear much from me, did you?
Yeah, I did.
Actually, I was easier on you. Your sophomore year, I feel like it was...
You cuss them out from the foul line.
Not going to lie, Mooney. I was kind of scared of you sophomore year.
Sophomore year, you've grown. You've grown into a nice little pitcher there. So I was trying to get something out of you. I'm usually trying to get something out of you if I'm hard on you. You want me to be hard on you because me being hard on you means I see something in you that I want to get out of you. But if I'm not hard on you, that's when you got to be worried. That's when you know, oh, Mooney thinks I maxed out right here. And if you're not winning, that means I probably quit on you. You don't want that. You want me to be hard on you because that shows I'm going to try to get something out of you because that's my job as a coach. And you want that as a player. That's our job as coaches to get that out of you. And you want to, not just do it for me. God forbid, don't do it for me. But do it for the game, do it for your boys, do it for your teammates. So, Stewie, what were some coaching philosophies and balance things that you had to deal with it throughout your years?
So, sophomore year, as I said, I was scared of you. So, I listened to everything. But junior year, I started to think, like, with Gardner there and everything, I had to pick and choose between what I took and what I just didn't listen to.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the thing when you say that, it's like what you didn't listen to. You obviously try it when you're working with Gardner on it. You try it, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And then you use what does work and what you're comfortable with in a given amount of time, because a lot of coaches, they see the same thing, they have a different way of saying it. And, what makes sense to you, you apply it and you go with it. But, you don't just flat out say, no, I'm not doing that. No, you try it. All right. You try it. And if it doesn't work, you go with what works. Yeah. So I saw you do that, and I appreciate that. That was good. So, so guys, from there, it's like, wow. How do y'all feel about knowing what I just talked about at the beginning of this podcast, talking about what you're walking into? Like, Connor, what do you feel about walking into a program as a freshman with other talented guys, with guys that have been there a year? How do you feel about walking into that gate? What are you thinking? What's going through your brain going in that situation?
I'm going to outwork anyone there. I'm going to do what I have to do to get my spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Straight up.
Do you think that there's other guys that have the same mentality?
I think others have the same mentality, but they don't execute it. Yeah. And I'm going to execute it.
A lot of guys are all about the talk, Preston, kind of same thing. What are you expecting? Like, what's it going to be like? How do you walk in through that gate?
I'm expecting it to be hard. Like, it's going to be hard on me because I'm a freshman.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have to work as hard as I can to get up, move up so the coach sees me and keep moving my way up. And don't stop. Yep.
It's definitely, it's hard, guys. It really is. Stewie?
I'm gonna try to find some seniors and just lift with them. I think that's the best way to get bigger, faster, stronger.
Yeah. And Connor kind of did that with your experience with those other guys, with Clark and Cam and all those dudes. That's a great way to do it. I did the same thing when I was a freshman in college. I gravitated towards the upperclassmen. In fact, I remember one guy, Adrian Watkins. I kind of emulated his swing a little bit. I liked his little pre-swing, his rhythm that he got. He had a little bat tap on his shoulder. I was like, I like that. I started doing that, and it helped me a lot. So you really start, getting those relationships, especially with the older guys, because they know what it takes to make it in that program. They've been there. They've done it. They can give you the inside angle on how to get things done and what coach is looking for, because coaches don't always do a good job of just explaining thoroughly what they want. They kind of make you think about it. These guys have the experience to be able to tell you, this is what he wants, just do it this way. That's what he's saying. And I had that when I was in college as a freshman. That was wonderful. So, are y'all, when you say confident 1 to 10 walking through that gate, you walk through that gate as we, finish this podcast. You walk through that gate in the next 10, 15 minutes. Number 1 to 10, how confident are you?
Probably like a smooth 7.5.
Okay.
Probably in like the 5 or 6.
5 or 6?
6.
Okay. My job as a high school baseball coach to make sure you're 9. You guys are going to be more prepared going into these college situations playing at Clover Hill than anybody else will, because we try to emulate the college game and make it intense and make it so you have a coach that's on your ass about everything and doing things the right way, because that's the way it's going to be at the next level. The travel ball, showcase ball stuff is great, right? But it served its purpose to this point. It got you where you need to be. The game matters too much now, wins and losses at this point. So every little detail is so important. That's why y'all see me as a hothead, because I want the game to be played perfectly. It's never going to happen, but you push towards perfection and you get a little bit closer. That's why we're losing games when we're not very talented by 1 run instead of getting blown out by 10, because we're pushing towards perfection. So my challenge to you guys is, when y'all leave here, go through your senior season and achieve. Be that 9 when you walk through that gate. I'm a 9. I'm confident. I'm going to teach you guys how to do that. We're going to talk about the mental game a lot this year. I'm telling you, that's going to take it to the next level. I talk specifically to you, Connor, specifically to you. And really on the pitching side, we haven't got to talk much because you're playing volleyball, but I would be giving you the same advice. So understand that the game is what's so important at this point. It's no longer about getting to the next level because you made it. Now, Connor, you got to kind of push to get to the next spot wherever it's going to be. But, the other thing is, what's hard work look like at the next level? Connor, since you're already talking, all right. Define to these guys, define the young players, define the parents, what hard work is going to mean from this moment to the moment you walk through that gate. What are you going to do? What is it going to take?
Lifting, definitely, to fill into that college body.
Great. Lifting's great. Everybody can lift. How many days a week? How many hours a lift? What are you going to do?
Well, I'm lifting at least 4 days a week, but I'm definitely going to put in all my extra time in the cage. Mm-hmm. Definitely, because if you can hit, they're going to find a spot for you to play, whether that's DH or first base. Who cares? Yep.
So that's your plan. Just keep on grinding. Preston, what are you going to do?
Keep grinding.
Tell me, define that. That's a great explanation. Just an answer, but give me an explanation.
Stay in the cage the whole time when I have free time. Do my schoolwork, get my good grades. Mm-hmm. Still lift, of course, 7 days a week. Yeah, hitting the cage 7 days a week. Yeah, I mean, be the last one to leave practice. Have a great senior season.
Yep.
Then work off of that.
Yeah. And do you think you're going to be ready? You're going to be that 9 when you walk through the gate?
Yes.
All right. What'd you say you were? A 7, 6 or 7? What'd you say? 6. Let's be a 9. Let's be a 9. It's going to take another season under our belt to get to that 9. It really is, because you're going to find your rhythm. And we're going to win some baseball games. You'll start working towards that 9 now. You're going to really find that rhythm, and you're going to start making that progress towards that 9. Stewie?
Staying in the gym, but getting a good friend group to stay in the gym with.
Yep, that's important. That's really important. I know that the times where I was able to get the strongest in my life was when I was working out with somebody who's pushing me, and you really do need to have that. So that's important. Finally, guys, let's start thinking about wrapping this thing up. If you could give one piece of advice to a young player or a parent, what would it be? And kind of guide these young guys. What would you tell them, Stewie?
Hard work beats talent.
Oh, man. you know how I feel about cliches. You can say it sounds pretty on a podcast, but
that's what my dad's been telling me.
No, and it's good that you said that. Hard work. What'd you say? Say it again.
Hard work beats talent 9 out of 10.
Hard work does beat talent. But define it.
As Preston said, be the first one in, last one out. But that's also not just being the first one there, but it's also being outworking everybody that is there till the end.
And you got to outwork your teammates. It's one thing to outwork your opponent. We all have that mindset. Beat your opponent. Outwork your teammates. That's a good way to compete. Compete against your teammates first, and not in a bad way, in a good way. But outwork your opponent, your teammates first, and then good things happen.
I think you also have to outwork yourself.
You do. No. Honestly, that's not a bad point, because you do have to have a mental edge. Over discipline. Discipline. That's what comes back. That's competing with yourself, is being disciplined enough to do the right thing. So that's actually a great point. So one piece of advice, Connor, go.
Well, to the parents, don't force this game on your kids, because one, you're just going to waste money, and 2, you're going to make them not happy. So don't force the game on your kids. They want to do it. They have to want to. And to kids, get in the weight room young. My parents didn't put me in the weight room because it stuns your growth or something. That's BS. Get in the weight room, move weights, be fast. I'm telling you, to get recruited, all you have to do is literally be fast and show out. Speed kills, so develop your speed early. I didn't. I was fat, but all right.
You leaned out pretty good, man. You going into from your freshman year to your sophomore year, you're a little doughboy in freshman year.
Oh, yeah.
Doughboy.
Oh, yeah.
And then, Connor comes to his sophomore year. Oh, okay. He looks like a baseball player now. Went from looking like a peewee lineman to a baseball player over summer break. What did you do to do that, by the way? How did you fix that?
I grew.
It was just genetics. It just popped.
I literally grew. From that fall to that, that spring to that fall, I think I grew almost 2 inches.
Okay, so you got taller, and
it kind of thinned out a little.
Your wideness kind of narrowed out because you're tall. Yeah, well, you did look better. You really did. You went from being I think third base is where you started, right?
Yeah.
And then I was thinking shortstop for you for a little while. I really
don't know
was.
why you didn't put me there.
I know. I think it was because we had who was playing shortstop.
Maloney and Chase.
Well, that's why Maloney's a freak. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. Preston, same thing.
It may be cliche, but don't let anyone tell you can't do something.
You need that.
Like my sophomore year, you told me I wasn't going to varsity, so I had to work.
Yep.
And now I am where I am.
Yep. Sometimes that's the best thing you can hear is something you don't want to hear. You know, I like to call it the, I'll say it without saying it, the FU mentality. There's something to that. Like, I'm going to prove you wrong. And sometimes proving people wrong, I love that you prove me wrong. I love that. And I knew you were going to be a special player. I'm not stupid. But I did keep you on JV for a little while.
Yeah.
You know, it's a depth thing. You know, I was stocked in the outfield and pitching was a little deeper too. But, you know, at the same time, I like it that you had that little fire because it's going to make you better. You know, that's what made me better in college. My coach told me, you'll never bunt. You'll never bunt as good as this guy, ever. I was like, F you, coach, watch this. And I worked my entire career to be one of the best bunters ever at that college because I took that personal. It's like, watch this, watch me. So there's something to that. It really is. So, guys, thanks for jumping on the podcast today. I think that was a good little conversation about what we got going on the next level, which obviously we're going to continue to work. But I will say this on the podcast for everybody. I wish you all the best of luck. And I'm sure the parents are very proud of what you guys are doing and representing for Clover Hill when you guys go to the next level. When you're taking what you learned here and implementing it at the place where you go, you're going to be ahead of the game. I've seen it happen with many of my guys that have played college baseball. They're more prepared than most guys that show up because we give you guys an experience that's very similar to what college is. And you don't know it now because you haven't seen college yet, but you'll get there and be like, oh, I already know this stuff. I already know this weight room stuff. Oh, I already know this drill. Oh, I already know this everyday stuff that we do. Oh, everybody else doesn't get this, guys. So those of you who are listening, you're involved in a very, very special program. We take it serious. We all take pride. Everybody at this table takes pride in this program, and we love it, and we want to see it succeed. And that's why they have this podcast with you guys listening, because they want to see the future bright here at Clover Hill as well. Any final comments, Connor? Last comments?
Let's work.
Let's work. Let's get to work. Preston?
Same thing as last time, states.
States. Let's get the states.
Yep,
Let's go.
Yep.
Stewie?
Got this, guys.
Got this, guys. Go.
Hooray, guys. Let's go.
I should have left out the final comments. You guys let me down on that one. But I'll say this, guys. Episode 16 in the books. Thanks for listening. Kept it about a little over half an hour. Be looking out for episode 17. I like having the boys on here. I think that's something we might do from now on. I'm not sure if it's going to be a repeat performance from these two again. I have to bring Tingen on here. What do you think?
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
No.
Tingen would love to be on this, wouldn't he?
Let's get to 5 likes.
Okay, let's see if we can get a couple views on this before we start thinking about that.
That
So,
subscribe button.
that's right. Like and subscribe, right? Let's do it. This is meant for just Clover Hill people. Let's be real. It's meant for the Clover Hill family.
Be real.
So, but yeah, guys, thanks for jumping on. We'll see you guys next time. Take care, guys.
Peace.
Peace. Deuces.